Hello, my name is Miss Mary from the YMCA, and I'm very excited to be with you today. Today we're going to read the story called Wake Up, World, A Day in the Life of Children Around the World by Beatrice. Today's story is from the Healthy Schools, Healthy Communities curriculum, developed by the Michigan Fitness Foundation. Let's take a minute to look at our cover and take a peek at the back. And using these pictures and using the title, what do you think is going to happen in our story today? Can you make a prediction or a guess what you think our story is going to be about? I want you to think about, what is a daily routine? What's something that you do during the day from morning until night, almost every day? What is your routine? When do you routinely brush your teeth? Maybe every morning right after you make your bed? Why is it important to have a balance of rest, play, work, and food in your day? How do you think you can tell if you have good balance in your day? Well, let's listen and let's find out all these different people all over the world. What does their daily routine look like? And is it similar to yours? Here we go. Wake Up, World, A Day in the Life of Children Around the World by Beatrice. Wake up. The moment we open our eyes to a new day is something we all share. But what we see, feel, and hear around us is different, depending on where you live. Alexis's house has 4 bedrooms. Her room has bunk beds, and she sleeps in the top bunk. After her mother wakes her, Alexis makes her bed before climbing down for breakfast. Shakeel and his brother Shabir sleep until their mother wakes them. Their bed is a mattress on the floor. An electric fan blows cool air over them. When Len wakes up, he lifts the mosquito net that covers the bed he shares with his mother, father, and brother. They sleep, eat, and watch television in the same room. It's dark and cold outside when I wake up. Our cat, Pushuk, keeps me warm. He is like a fluffy blanket. Sasha. Natalie wakes herself up with her alarm clock. Once she's awake, she reads or pretends her bed is a zoo, full of her toy animals. Off to school. When children go to school, they step outside their homes and families to new places among children of their own ages. Depending on where they live, children make the journey in different ways. For some, it's a long walk, with a chance to play along the way. Others ride in a bus, train, or car. Anisabuno shares bags of nuts with her friends on their half-hour walk to school. They like to hang around the water pump, chatting, until the grown-ups shout, "Hurry or you'll be late." Lynn walks to school at midday when it is extremely hot. He always remembers his schedule, but sometimes he forgets his hat. I ride to school in my father's autorickshaw, a taxi with 3 wheels. I see lots of monkeys on the way. Shakeel. I walk to school alone. It's quiet and beautiful. I look at the different colored houses, red, yellow, and green, and I see how beautiful they are. Sasha. Cidinha's house is between the village shop and the open space where the children play football. Her school is just a short walk away, straight down the same red dirt road. At school. Everywhere in the world, school is important. While we learn about children in other countries, they are learning about us. A school may have lots of classrooms, books, equipment, and a playground, or lessons may take place under trees. We are learning to work out how much things weigh while other children are reading and drawing. Paige and her friends started school in the nursery class when they were 3 years old. I like wearing these clothes because they show that I go to school. Not everyone goes to school, so I feel lucky, especially when I learn how to write a new word. Cidinha. Children in Vietnam have to share the school day because there are not enough schools or teachers. Lin goes to school in the afternoons. When he arrives, he does exercises called Duke, with the whole school in the shade of the trees the children have planted. Lin and his friends plant and water new trees to give shade and protect the soil from floods. Playtime. Children all over the world use what they find around them to invent games, try out new ideas, make their own toys, and have fun. Some children work hard to help their families. Others have lots of homework, but there's always time for play. I play with my sisters and other relatives. There are 18 children living in the same compound, so someone is always ready to join in the fun. We mark out squares in the earth to play hopscotch and make toys and people from clay. We leave them to dry in the sun when we play with them. And a segundo. I love Hamish, my hamster. I play with him every day. We also have 2 goldfish. Freddie is mine, and Bug is my sister Bobby's. Paige likes drawing too. Her kitchen wall is covered with her pictures. Time to eat. Every place in the world has its own special food and different ways of cooking and eating. Some people can choose from many types of food. Others eat the same meals nearly every day and hardly ever have sweets or treats. Children everywhere love to eat because food tastes good and it helps them to grow big and strong. Sasha's families eat their main meal called obed in the afternoon. They start with soup made from vegetables grown in their garden, and then they eat pickled fish, ham, stuffed tomatoes, and pastries. They need lots of food to keep them warm in the freezing winter. Sasha's favorite meal is borscht, a soup made from beets. In Vietnam, even small children are expert at using chopsticks. Dinner is called bua toi. The main part of the meal is rice, with small dishes of fish and vegetables. Lin's family grows rice and vegetables in their own fields. Sometimes they buy pork, Lin's favorite dish, from their neighbor. Cidinha's family and neighbors crowd into the living room of her house to watch TV while they have dinner called janta. They eat rice and beans flavored with spring onion and coriander, which they grow themselves. Meat comes from their own chickens and pigs. Sometimes they eat fish that Cidinha's father and brothers have caught in the lake. Time for bed. At nighttime, we rest our minds and bodies before we wake up another busy day. As evening comes, we start to feel sleepy and look forward to bed, whether we sleep in a mat, in a hammock, bunk, or family bed. I pretend I'm a Martian in the silver pajamas Mommy made me. She blesses me and kisses me before I fall asleep. Sasha. Shakeel goes to sleep either listening to his sister reading stories or watching TV. He has a favorite pillow that he doesn't like anyone else to use. Before Paige goes to bed, she reads a story with her mother or father, or plays a game. She cuddles up with her toy monkey, and then her parents say goodnight. It's hot at night, so Cidinha often sleeps in just a pair of shorts. Before she goes to sleep, her sister or her mother reads to her, or they look over her schoolwork. After my parents kiss me goodnight, I go to sleep with my most cuddly bear, Chester Jr. Natalie likes to keep special toys and photos around her bed. Alexis goes to bed late. Some nights I have a shower. Then I read comics to myself before Mom comes for a hug and kiss. I go to bed as it gets dark. When the frogs start croaking, the last thing I do is get the pillow and pull down the mosquito net. We don't need a blanket until the morning when it gets cold. Lynn. After supper, my sisters bring out the sleeping mat. We tell each other stories and sing songs as we lie in the dark. I listen to the sounds of the animals and the people drift off to sleep. The end. Very good job listening. Now let's find out how well you were paying attention. I want you to think about some of these answers to the questions that I'm going to ask you. So in our story, of all the foods that were mentioned by the kids all over the world, which ones have you tried as well? Were there any foods you heard others eating that you love to eat? Maybe there were foods that you had never tried that you could dare to try sometime. How do you stay active during your day? What are things you do to play or get moving throughout your day? Were there any similarities with the kids you heard around the world? We saw some kids that exercise during school. Maybe you do that too. What is one thing that you can add to your daily routine, something that you can do every day that will improve your health? Maybe eating healthier foods or exercising more, lots of different things you can try to do. Very good job listening today. Thank you so much for having me, and we'll see you again soon.